Hi everybody, how you doing? This is Garan, welcome back to my channel. Just a quick video today to show you our new release that I made in collaboration with DLS Digital, aka DLS Studios. You may remember that the last thing we released was a free IR pack of a Mesa 4x12 rectifier cab, which we were really happy about, and you also seem to have really enjoyed too. And so today I'm gonna show you yet another IR pack, but this time for bass. We made a bass IR pack of an Eden Nemesis cab, which is a 4x10 bass cabinet. It's a little bit more particular, it's not your classic Mark bass or Ashdown Hardke bass cab, so we thought it was a good choice and we really liked the results. So this pack consists in 9 IRs made with all kinds of different microphones. Some of them are from real microphones, and then some of them are emulations from the Antelope mics or the Slate ML2 microphone, which both have the emulating features. So the real mics we used were an AKG C414, this one, an SM7B, which we used both for recording the horn of the cab and also one of the speakers, an Audix D6 mic, which is for kick drums usually, and then a t.bone RB100, which is a ribbon mic that should emulate the classic Roy R121. And then the other impulses are made with the emulations, which are a vintage AKG D12, Sennheiser MD441, an Electrovoice RE20, and a Coles ribbon mics, which we used a little farther away from the cab to give more of a sense of room. So the link to download is going to be in the description, and it's going to be completely free, so I hope you enjoyed it. Now let's jump into Reaper and see how they sound. And here we are in Reaper. We have here a couple of bass tracks. This one is ADI, and we're gonna use it for our clean sound, and this is a distortion track. We're gonna talk about it later. Let's start with a clean. So what we have here is a BOD. These are the settings, and then we have another ear to load our impulses, and these are all the impulses of our pack. After this, we just have a little compressor. Don't need to worry about that. Yeah, so what I suggest you to do with bass in general is to always blend the horn, which you can see here now in this side of the IR loader, with another impulse of your taste. In this way, you get the whole picture of the bass cab, because you know bass cabs are very different from guitar cabs, basically because they are full range. This means that they can go much lower and much higher in frequency, and that's due to the horn that provides all the high frequencies. So if you just go with an impulse of the woofer, you're gonna get you're not gonna get a bad sound. Maybe it's more vintage, it's a little bit less hi-fi, if you want to call that, but you're not gonna have the whole picture. So it's really good to have that high component of the sound, especially in metal, which we really need. What we're gonna do now is just listen to this IR, and we're gonna scroll through them and find the one that we like, and then are gonna blend the horn here. So let's play the track. This is the track without the cab simulation. Really nice. It has a really huge bottom end, very imponent, but we can add a little bit more to that. So let's activate the IR loader, and now you're gonna see how the sound changes when you load an IR. I'm gonna start with the AKG C414 XLS, and then I'm gonna switch in sequence to all of them. So let's start. So I really like the D6 for now. It has this very big low end, but it's also very scooped, which helps us to achieve the sound we are looking after, because generally in metal you don't want a lot of mids in bass, so this is really good. Let's now add the horn. I'm gonna increase the balance here to the right and see what happens. You can see now how the high component of the sound, the high frequencies, the attack of the peak or the transient are coming through better. You have this clicky sound almost, which is something it's really important if you want your bass to cut through a dance mix. Let's hear it in solo. You can see it's really honky, it's really it's very thin compared to the other impulses, but that's of course normal. The purpose of this is to blend them. So let's tweak this a little bit more. I really like this combination. Let's now move on to the distortion track. Now this track was recorded with an emulation of B7K, just an handmade emulation pedal we got at the DLS Studios, which is fine, but sometimes it's a little bit harsh, not really mix ready if you want. So you need to process it a little bit to get it to sound the way you want. But this is very good for our purpose, because put in an IR, it's gonna tame those frequencies that are very harsh, and it's gonna give it a little bit of a shape also, which is very important, and it's gonna help us to achieve the sound we are looking for. So we just have a compression at the end of the chain, and also an high pass filter at the beginning to cut some of the lower frequencies, which you don't always need, especially with a very distorted bass. Let's hear it without the cab, and then we're gonna do the same trick as before, where we scroll through it and find a tone we like. You can see that very harsh frequency at the top, like starting from, I don't know, 5K or something, which is not really pleasant. You could just work around it with EQ like this. And that's already much better. But for now, I'm gonna try to use the impulse responses to deal with it. So let's start again with just the woofer impulse. And you immediately hear how the sound is rounder, it's more pleasant. It's not under control if you want, it's more defined, it's more controlled. Let's go on with the impulses. I like the D12. It really tames a lot of the high frequencies, and it's really pleasant. But again, we're gonna do the same trick as before. We got the horn here, and we're gonna blend it in with the knob here. You can hear that even if the horn is basically concentrating on the higher frequencies, it's not nearly as harsh as the raw sound just after the pedal. So it's really important to make this step if you have a distorted bass sound that is all over the place and not controlled. So let's go on, let's tweak it a little bit more. I like the attack on the high mids, really nice. Let's try to leave the horn here and then change the various IRs to see how they react with the horn. I really like the RB100, which is a little bit fatter, but this D12, it's the most balanced, I think, with this sound coupled with the horn. So here we go. You can do a really lot of stuff with these IRs and the combinations between them. I'm really enjoying using them, and I think they came up really well. So hope you are gonna like it, and just keep in mind that this cause emulation right here is like a room IR because we captured it like a couple of meters away from the cab. So be aware of phase um, and be aware that this is not gonna sound as direct as the others because of course it's further. I would suggest to use it in combination with these other two cabs, like two direct cabs, one for the horn, one for the woofer, and then add this one if you want a little bit of a roomy sound, a more lively sound. It all depends on your needs, of course. So yeah, there you have it. Just download it, have fun with that. It's all free, it's all for you to use, and we're just happy to share what we do. We do that for us to use, of course. We really enjoy doing this stuff and then using it in our productions, but also why not share? So just download it, and if you like it, leave us a comment and tell us what you think. Subscribe to the channel, yeah, see you next time.